Hey, welcome to Acing Your Agile Career with Nicole, where we talk about everything acing Agile from beginning to winning. And today we're going to unpack the differences between the Agile transformation and the digital transformation. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned right here to this channel. Hi, my name is Nicole, and if this is your first time here, then welcome. We're happy that you're here. Feel free to subscribe and like now so you don't forget to get notified for more great content. And if you are returning, then welcome back. We are glad to have you. So today, I'm going to unpack a question that I get all the time. Nicole, what's the difference between the Agile transformation and the digital transformation, and where should I start? Like, this question is a very common question, so I'm going to aim to unpack it quickly. First of all, know that they are separate, but they are also connected, and it would behoove you to understand the Agile transformation as well as the digital transformation. So let's unpack what is the Agile transformation first. So I'm going to try to keep this really simple. Agile transformation at large is the idea and act, not just the idea, but the act of transforming an organization from a traditional way of working, a project mindset, to a more product-centric way of working. So an Agile way of working, and it's not just an Agile way of working. When I think of Agile transformation and I describe it to my students through my course, I describe it as an Agile way of thinking first, and then an Agile way of being, and then an Agile way of working, right? They are actually three different entirely concepts brought together so that an organization can start to transform. Whether that is large-scale transformation, that means a big transformation where multiple teams are transforming, or a small-scale transformation where it's just a few teams. And nowadays, small-scale may not only be used to describe the team size, but to the degree of transforming what we're borrowing from Agile. We're really starting to see an influx of companies who just have a desire to be a more Agile organization without the full kit and caboodles of everything that Agile has to offer. So we're seeing that now as well, whether we like it or love it or not. Not here to talk about that today, but my point is that Agile transformation is really the act of moving away from the way we used to work and moving towards a more Agile way of working. And that means being faster, fluid, flexible, right? Faster in how we respond to change, flexible in how we deliver that change, and just really fluid, making sure that there are no bottlenecks. So at large, that's Agile transformation, where we start to adopt and borrow Agile principles and values. So Nicole, so then what is digital transformation? So digital transformation is really just like what it sounds. It's the act of taking all of those off-the-desk processes, or maybe you have apps that exist today and systems that exist today that really need to be updated and enhanced, right? So it's the idea of digitizing the entire technology interface, the technology systems, the platforms, the networks, right? Whatever you determine to go into that box, but it's certainly technology focused, and it can look like apps, it can look like systems, it can look like dashboards, it can look like platforms, but whatever digital process you use to enable the way that you work, it is the act of transforming this, and typically there's connectivity in that transformation. So with the digital transformation, I'll make it simple. Let's play around with this for a second. Let's say that we as an organization decided to move to Agile ways of working. Well, if you're going to move to Agile ways of working, it's really hard to enable Agile ways of working without the digital infrastructure to support that. For example, once your team start working in Agile, they're going to need some sort of electronic collaborative board to store their stories in, their features, and their work. Typically, it's a place like Jira or Jira Align or some other similar system. Typically, as you're building Agile teams, these teams or squads will have a desire to be known and make their work transparent. So Confluence would be a good place. So an organization may say, hey, let's go ahead and introduce Jira first. Oh, but we also need a communication system that's more collaborative. Let's introduce MS Teams or Slack, right? So that's our communication. Oh, but wait, we need a collaborative workplace because we have this hybrid model of people working virtually, people coming into the office. We're co-located in some cases, and and in other cases, we're all across the world. So we need a board or a system that allows us to do work at the same time in the same space. Well, that might be like a mural or Miro. So already I'm describing the early likes of a digital transformation, right? The introduction of Jira Align, and then Confluence, and then hopefully before Slack or MS Teams that hopefully started the process. You get my drift. And then Miro or Miro. Oh, but wait, we need Trello, right? Oh, and then we need to enhance our ticketing system. So it's basically, and I know I went all over the place, but it is basically the digital transformation is the holistic enhancement and connectivity of digitizing your systems, whether that means net new, implementing new, or that means enhancing those systems. Now, why would it behoove us as Agile people to understand the digital transformation? Well, selfishly, a lot of the work in the digital transformation will support the Agile transformation, but also in the digital transformation, you are likely going to work in a very Agile way. There will be a backlog, right? So a list of things that are prioritized, much like Agile. Sounds familiar? There's likely going to be a digital roadmap, a digital transformation roadmap of what's coming first, second, third, and what quarter, and who it's serving, what markets it's serving, what audiences it's serving, the end user. So digital transformation can be delivered in a very Agile way. In fact, I recommend that it's delivered in an Agile way, and it's akin to Agile transformation because most of those digital components will be used to help support the Agile transformation. So as Agile people, it will really behoove us to understand both. And I'm going to leave you with 4 tips. If you are an Agile person and you haven't even touched the digital transformation, you're not even familiar with the digital transformation, here are 4 things I'm going to recommend. Number 1, find out who's leading the digital transformation at your organization. Get to know that person. Become friendly. It might be one person, one key person, or a few people. Number 2, what systems are included in this digital roadmap or this digital transformation over the next 12 months, right? Understand the systems. This is really, really important. Number 3, ask if there's a roadmap. So ask to see that roadmap. Just like in Agile, in most cases, we have a product delivery roadmap of some sort that outlines the big features, the big initiatives we're working on. In digital transformation is no differently. Finally, number 4, what support is needed from the Agile teams? So if you're a Scrum Master, when you find out who's running it, what support can you give? How can you help? How can you be a key player in this? You all, I hope that this was helpful in separating the two. They are separate, but equally important and can work together, and in most cases do work together. I hope that this was helpful. If you got a ton of value, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this with someone, and return to this channel. We love having you. Again, my name is Nicole, where you get real advice from a real practitioner in her real office. And until next time, keep it real and continue to ace your Agile career from beginning to winning.